What's up, guys? Obviously, if you're seeing this, you are in the Discord. So cool. Thanks for joining. I was like low key kidding about making like a Discord group, but like the more I thought about it, like the better of an idea it seemed. Just having like a bunch of like people here and a bunch of friends just like hanging out, like learning how to trade and learning how to make money and shit, and just like laughing at shit online. So I got a drink here, so cheers to everybody that's seeing this. I I guess for this first video, disclaimer, I don't really know how to like. I don't want to say I don't know how to teach this because I'm just gonna teach you guys what I do and like what I've been doing. But like, as far as like teaching and like being like a Discord like the creator and like putting up videos, like I'm still learning like the best way to do this, like the best way to teach you guys. Like a lot of stuff that I do is like really confusing, like low key, and like I've been like trying to like practice it for the past 3 years, and I know a lot of people are newer, so I'm trying to just show people the basics and try to like ease everyone in to kind of show you what I do, because if I tell you what I do and you're not really like too knowledgeable about like the markets in general, it's just gonna sound really confusing, and it's gonna be like it might put you off to trading. And like I want to make this trading isn't easy and it isn't simple, but I want to try to make it sound as easy and as simple as possible, just so you guys can kind of see that it's possible, and it's doable, and it is very achievable. And I think that if I can do it, I think a lot of people can do it as well. So first thing is first. Now that that little intro is out of the way, trading platforms, where you should, what website you should use to trade. Personally, I don't care what you use to trade or what platform you use. You can trade, you can do whatever you want, whatever works for you, whatever you're comfortable with. You do that. I am comfortable on WeBull. I use WeBull. It's free. It's and anything that you really want to do, trade and stock wise, you can do on Webull. I hate Robinhood. Don't go to Robinhood. I know like it looks really user friendly and it seems like it's like really easy, but no, just fuck Robinhood. If I had to recommend anything, and any video that I show you, it's always going to be on Webull. All the stocks, all the charts, anything I take a video of, it will be on Webull. I cannot recommend Webull enough. I just fuck Robinhood. You can use TD Ameritrade. You can use whatever you want, but just fuck Robinhood. But for all the videos that I'm gonna make, I'm gonna be on Webull, and obviously the first thing that you're gonna want to do is create an account. I'm already signed in, as you can see. But you're gonna create an account. It's free, and once you get started, you're really just gonna press this little trade tab here, which will bring you to charts like this. I'm going to exit out here. I got mine pulled up already. And I guess one of the very first things that I want to talk about, I guess, is just looking at a chart in general. I know a lot of people will look at a chart and it'll look like this. And this is called a line chart, where obviously they're just lines, and you can see that a price goes up to here, and it comes back down. It's going down, down, down. And this is very good for beginners, just to see like, okay, prices going up and down. This is good to use if you want. You can very much find areas of support and resistance. Support meaning an area where price will usually have support and will usually bounce from. For example, if I were to take a look at this real quick, we can see right here is an area of support. Right there would be an area of support, and right there would be an area of support. We can see that price is going up past this price, and it's coming back down and bouncing up. This would be considered resistance if it can't get through. So support, resistance. Okay, it broke through. And something very important that I look for is, can a resistance level get turned into a support level? And if it can, that would indicate that there's further upside coming. So for example, we can see that price comes up past this resistance level at first, and it comes back down, and it retests it. But now this resistance is now a support, And where do we go from there? We bounce back up to this next resistance level. And what do? We retest that again. And again, we see that it's a support level now. Same thing right here. We see it bounces up past this level, coming down, bounces here. Okay, support. And vice versa, we see over here, price is coming down, down. And now we can see this former support right here is now almost acting as a resistance. We can see it comes back up, and it's coming up above it for a little bit, but it's struggling to stay above it. And then what can we see? A really nasty knife down, where these former support levels here are just getting taken out. Here, support here is getting completely taken out. So that's kind of something that I look for, a little support and resistance like that. I normally do not trade a line chart like this, though. The type of charts that I trade are going to be called a candle chart, or a candlestick. I'm sorry, a candlestick chart. So if you're on WeBull and you're looking at this screen here, also if you go to the left right here, you'll see stocks, and you can just really pick whatever stock you want. You can also go to this top right area here, symbol name. The stock that I'm currently looking at is SPY, SPY, and this is actually just the S&P 500. So this actually isn't just one singular stock or company. This is actually the top 500 companies. This is like a combination of like Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, shit like that. No, this is the actual S&P 500. If I wanted to just go to a singular stock, which I probably will just to make this easier, let's go to Apple. Everyone knows Apple. So this is the Apple line chart right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to a candlestick chart to show you the kind of chart that I look at. And what you can do if you're on your computer or phone, you can go to line style right here, and we can see we're on line. I trade with candles. So this is how my chart looks. My chart will look like this. And each one of these are a candlestick. This is a candlestick. This is a candlestick. They are all considered a candlestick. And also time frame wise, if you can see right here, I am on the 5M, which will stand for 5 minute. So each one of these singular candlesticks will represent 5 minutes. This is 5 minutes. This is 5 minutes. Each one of these will represent 5 minutes. And I can change it. I can change it to a 10-minute where each one of these is 10 minutes. I can change it to a 1 minute where each one of these candles will be 1 minute. And you can see obviously there's more of them because they represent a smaller time frame. A majority of the time when I trade, I am looking at the 5-minute chart. Again, 5 minutes right here, each one 5 minutes. And now a lot of new traders will ask, well, what is a candlestick? Why, what does this mean? Why do they look so different? And I'm going to explain that right now. Let me bring up a picture that I have saved that I will go over here. So this is essentially the basics of a candlestick. Something that I use these, every single day when I trade, I look at candlesticks. And when you try to get into a trade and determine whether you think a stock is going to go up or down, a candlestick can give you a ton of information. I don't want to dive too deep into it. I don't want to confuse people like right off the bat. But I just want to give you like the basics. So a green candlestick that looks like this. So let's say, since I use the 5-minute chart, let's just assume these are 5 minutes. Each one of these represents 5 minutes. At the start of the 5 minutes, if it's a green candle that looks like this, you can see the price opens right here. For any green candle that you see, the price will always start at the bottom, because this indicates that the price started here. So for example, let's just say that this price, can I draw on here? I'm sorry again. I'm just trying to figure out this Discord as I go, but let's see. Can I draw? Yes, I can. So for example, let's say this price is $100. Price opens at $100. This little wick, as we call it right here, this little black wick, indicates that this is the lowest that the price went in that 5 minutes. So let's call this 95. So this candle is telling us that the price opened at 100. It went down at some point to 95, but then buyers stepped in because it's a green candle and it went up. So that means buyers in this area stepped in and they bought all the way up to this level here that we'll call 110. Buyers stepped all the way in and brought the price all the way up here. However, at this area, sellers started to step in, creating this wick back down to where the price eventually closed at, which we will call 105. And this would represent 1 5 minute. So in the course of 5 minutes, the price opened at 100, at some point went down to 95. Buyer stepped in, creating this wick, bringing price back all the way up to 110 before some sellers stepped in, and ending the 5 minutes at this level here at the close at this 105. That is what this green candle indicates. A red candle is just the opposite. If you see a red candle, the opening price would be here at the top of the candle that we'll call, what is how you know this is 105 right here. We can see in this case, the price opened at 105. At some point, buyers stepped in up here and brought the price up to 110. And then sellers stepped in, creating this wick and bringing price all the way down to 95. And then we can see buyers stepped in here, creating this wick back up to where we will eventually close at 100. And that's it. That is what a candlestick represents. A green candlestick will always open here at the bottom and will always end up here. Sometimes creating wicks. Not every candlestick is the same. Later on in future videos and stuff, I'll kind of go over candlestick patterns and stuff that you should look for. But again, I don't want to make this too long or too detailed or anything like that. This is just the basic. This is what a candlestick looks like. This is what it represents. And now that we know that, we can now apply that to a chart where, for example, I can see right here when the market opened, that's another thing. You can see this area is gray and this area is like dark black. When it gets dark black like this means when the market officially opens at 9:30 a.m. There's something called pre-market over here in the gray and after hours over here in the gray on the right. Again, I'm not going to get too much into that right now, but just something to be aware of. So when the market opens here at 9:30, this is a 5 minute candle that we're looking at. As you can see right here at 5M, this is a 5 minute candle. We can see that price opened up right here. It wicked down. It's hard to see with this volume bar right here, but price wicked down right here. And buyers stepped in, brought price all the way up to here on this wick, and then price closed right here. And then the next 5 minutes, same thing. It went down a little bit, big green candle up, and then we're here. Wick down, buyer stepped up, wick. So that's just a real basic understanding of, if you're looking at a chart, why my chart doesn't look like this. It's not a line chart. It is a candles candlestick chart. And there's a lot of information that the candlesticks can give you, and that's a big way of how I trade. But I really just wanted this first video just to kind of like recap. I'm going to be using WeBull. These are how my WeBull charts are going to look. These are candlesticks. I explain what a candlestick is and give you an example. And in future videos, I'll go, more in depth. But yeah, I think that might be the first video. Thanks for watching. I plan on getting more out. I plan on, any questions anyone has, I can do like a video on if I know the answer. Again, I'm not a professional. I'm not, by any means, a crazy like day trader. I'm only just now like figuring this shit out, and like I still have a bunch to learn. Like I am by no means like I've not figured this shit out. Like I still lose trades, I still lose money at times, but the goal is to make and win bigger than you're losing. So that's something that I've been trying to focus on, and we'll get into more of that. But yeah, I really just wanted to make this video not too long, but not too short, just kind of going over some stuff. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I plan on getting some more of these videos out. So love you guys.